Hey there, folks, I'm Zerfall.
I'm All Dragon.
And our heads may be cut off, but we're about to cut off being in this scene. Wow, what a segue. Last time we left, we were here. Everyone's getting murdered up at Tengu Rock. Don't go there, folks.
Or go there if you want to be murdered.
Yeah. I guess the scene is so contaminated now. You could murder 5-6 people. They'd be like, I don't know. Who was the murderer? Was it one person killed all of them? I don't know.
Eventually, there'll just be like a pile of corpses. You could rename it from Tengu Rock to The Heap.
I was just curious if we'd see them leaving.
I figured.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to assume that we want to go to the substation and investigate what... Although, where did the note say for us to go?
Said something about the signal.
Oh, man. I can't even look at these notes.
Can we check, like, information? See if the...
Oh! That's not what I thought, but maybe it's also not what he thought. We'll find out in a second.
I was thinking maybe a light or something.
The broken signal? Could he mean this radio transceiver?
Could Mr. Watabe have hidden something in this?
I'll try opening it. It's a bunch of cocaine.
It's a letter. It's filled with white powder.
Let's check. It's a Z. Holy cow, it's a long letter.
That's a lot of characters. Wow.
To whom it may concern, if you are reading this letter, I have probably departed this world. Perhaps you have already guessed, but both Sakaki and I are members of the Syndicate. Uh-huh. The cave in Threewood Cape, which I told Miss May of, is a warehouse, which the Syndicate uses to store goods for future dealings. The stored items are almost all articles seized by the police that have been diverted into unlawful channels. When I was in the police, I illegally diverted confiscated drugs and guns as a member of the Syndicate. And 7 years ago, the cause of my subordinate Detective Muto's murder then was information that I leaked. Since that incident, I, together with Sakaki, have served as a guard for the stored goods, living as the island's resident officer. However, I end that life today when I learned that the murdered young Murano, was actually the son of Detective Muto, whom I killed 7 years ago. And when I realized that the old woman was Detective Muto's mother. Oh.
There you go.
I sensed that the time had come to face my own death. Lastly, though it may be a selfish request, I want you to help the old woman. I have learned that she is secretly living in the old temple in the mountains, which was formerly a Syndicate warehouse. The Syndicate will probably target her life as well. At least, try to prevent there from being any more victims. I humbly ask this of you. Sincerely, Ginji Watabe.
So is he just carrying around the note that said, hey, look in the signal? Like, from then on forward, he's just like, I'm just going to carry this around. If I get murdered, they're going to know to look.
Maybe he had an argument with the old woman and did actually try to kill himself. I don't know. Good God.
What a complicated case! In any event, we found out where the old woman is.
Why would she be hiding in a place that was formerly a Syndicate warehouse? Like, surely they would have an idea, like, they would know of its existence and stuff like that at that point.
Yeah. And mister, why are you moving so much?
Look, I'm just running in place. That's how I keep my girlish figure.
This is no time to let our minds wander. Other than wondering why, Watabe said, at least...
Yeah, in a note.
Yeah.
right. We have to work out where the old temple is.
To that end, Navi has made her own summary of the facts of the case.
Well,
1.
that's cool, Navi,
bad
but-
things happened. 2. 3. Profit.
That's cool, Navi, but we're just gonna go to the hotel and ask one of the people where the temple is.
Try using the case summary command.
Oh man, we're almost done the tutorial.
Oh no, we've just broken through the fourth wall again.
Oh man. Oh, please don't tell me it's the whole letter again.
Oh, it's the whole letter again, isn't it? Yep.
So, at first I was wondering if this was like planted, like double planted. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna plant this note here and then plant the note on him that says to check this place to indicate that it's him when it really wasn't. But the thing that made me not think that anymore was, what was it? There was something in this that made me think like, oh, this is just him writing it out for sure. I can't remember what it was now, but there was something that stood out to me originally. Also, he said that it was the information he leaked, but then he's like, I killed the guy. Like, I wonder if it doesn't sound quite that direct in the original Japanese, more like I caused his death.
I got him killed kind of thing. And I mean, it's entirely possible that, like, you know, in English, people wouldn't quite say, you know, they would say I caused his death, whereas in Japanese
they would just say something like it was my fault or something like that.
Here's a syndicate reaping profits from unlawful dealings in guns, drugs, information, stolen artifacts, and so on.
I'm interested in this so on.
Yeah, probably jaywalking.
This series of incidents has constantly been connected to it.
Including the stolen ring.
It's also an inescapable fact that there are people within the police who are active in the syndicate.
Young man incident, Sakaki incident.
Oh man, there's so much stuff.
Yesterday evening, the body of a young man was found in the Noctilucent cave. The initial discoverer was Motoko. The victim's name was Takahiro Muto. He was 19 years old. The cause of death is believed to be shock resulting from major blood loss due to a wound in the abdomen.
Wait, so was he gonna survive other than the fact that Motoko pulled the stab wound thing out? And let the dam free? You'll never know.
He was the son of Detective Muto, who was killed by the syndicate 7 years ago. He was independently investigating the syndicate in order to take revenge.
Oh, see, this is why we're gonna succeed where he didn't. He was investigating out of desire for revenge, but we're investigating out of just a morbid curiosity for investigations.
We've established that the culprit was Koichi Sakaki.
100% for sure, and there's no chance it could have been anyone else.
Nope, definitely not. He was both the manager of the Kojima Hotel and a member of the syndicate. We think that he learned of the existence of the younger Muto who was investigating the syndicate and murdered him.
Do we? I don't think that's been established.
No, it's just suspected.
Yeah.
Today at Tengu Rock, signs of some sort of incident were discovered. We believe that the victim, in addition to receiving a wound of some description...
A wound of some description.
Fell to the bottom of a cliff.
So I'm kind of betting that Sakaki isn't dead. That's my current guess.
We also discovered that personal effects which we think to be the victims were left at the crime scene.
Yeah, I wonder if he faked his own death because he knew the syndicate would be coming for him or something like that.
Right, because it's either him, or the old woman, or someone who hasn't been mentioned yet, kind of thing.
Well, I think the old woman. It's possible the old woman killed him because he doesn't seem to have gone against the syndicate. But then I think so many things went wrong, and perhaps the syndicate has a brain chip implant in their members, and that's how they know that but he changed his mind about working for them right away and murdered him 2 seconds later, even though he could have easily helped cover up things as a police officer. But the person that fled to the north seemed to be wearing all black, and I don't think the old woman was wearing all black, so I don't think it was her.
Yeah, and the thing is like, she's being set up as she's already been set up as, early on as a crazy old woman psychopath ready to murder. And it feels like you don't just do that and then have that be the truth kind of thing.
Yeah. Although I think she could be, she might be the cause of the manager, but not of our friend the cop.
If the manager is dead,
if he's dead,
then yeah, it could be a thing with where they were fighting and blah blah blah. But she's the mother of the dead detective, and it's like she's a sympathetic person, and I mean they could go that route of making you think, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the game would.
Well, here's what's gonna happen. If he is dead, it's gonna be like, hey, murder's wrong. We have to arrest you. And then she'll go to court, and they'll say like, did you murder this guy? And she'll be like, whoa, he murdered my grandson first. And they'll just go, oh, turnabout's fair play. Okay, way you go. It's written right here in the things people say. Turnabout is fair play. No clues about the culprit. All right, Watson. What Tabi incident?
Today at Tengu Rock, former Inspector Ginji Watabe was found collapsed with an abdominal wound. Though he was unconscious, former Inspector Watabe's wound was fortunately not so severe as to be fatal. At present, he is being treated at the hospital in Oshima.
You know what? We might find that if it was a syndicate member that was supposed to be killing him, we might find another murdered person because they didn't do a good enough job.
Oh, actually, yeah, there is the secretary lady.
Oh, that's true.
Additionally, former Inspector Watabe was a member of the syndicate. Furthermore, we have established that 7 years ago he leaked information in order to murder his subordinate, Detective Muto.
Whoa, I am under the impression that he leaked information and then the syndicate murdered him and he felt bad about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still wondering about him coming out here and how he's still a member of the syndicate and stuff like that, and like still working with him.
Yeah.
How does that?
I mean, I guess
maybe
he got a transfer here after he decided to retire or whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
We have no proof as to the weapon or the like, and we have not established whether it was suicide or murder.
So I don't think it's suicide or a suicide attempt because if it was, he probably would have been successful. This feels more like someone attempted to kill him and didn't do a good job of it. Hold on, I got a cough.
Well, the person ran away as soon as we showed up, right? So, like, maybe we interrupted it just in time. Oh, if only we hadn't gone to the harbor first.
The old woman is the mother of Detective Muto, who was murdered 7 years ago. That is, we have established her to be the grandmother of the younger Muto, who was murdered at the Noctilucent Cave. We believe that she was investigating the syndicate together with the younger Muto, her grandson.
Hopefully the younger Muto hasn't knocked anybody up in his few years on the Earth here, because that person is cursed. You don't want to be related to this old lady.
We have learned that at present she is living in an old temple in Kojima in secret.
This didn't help us find the temple at all, Navi.
Hey, listen.
So, yeah, like, I guess the secretary, who we never learned like a name of her, could be a guilty party. The fact that she was rushing off to the mainland and everyone was so surprised and everything like that does feel like she was involved.
Yep.
Maybe she's the ringleader, but
yeah, but I don't think she would have been able to come back to. There's got to be somebody floating around it. Unless that guy is still alive and it was him. He was the guy wearing all black. Should you need anything, I'll be right with you. Old temple. An old temple in the mountains. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't know of that. You're a member of the syndicate, then?
Also, we could go talk to the Yasagiris.
Yep. You might be able to look from the summit of the eastern mountain. Well, there you go. No, you don't know about the old woman. She's just taking it out. Yeah, that's not new. Okay, leave. I think you're right about having to do that, but every once in a while this guy has slightly different information.
Yeah.
An old temple? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of an old temple in my life. But you can look over the entirety of Kojima from the mountaintop, you know. We just got mountaintop as a location. Perhaps you'd be able to see this old temple. I wonder if we did actually get... Oh yeah, we got
Mountaintop. Old temple. Yep. Well, it's pretty obvious which, like, there's two possible tiles for the mountaintop, I think.
Check that out in a moment, though. But first, we're going to go talk to the... Asagiris, because they were lost, and didn't they mention the...
They mentioned the mountains, yep. He really likes watching his wife sleep.
Yep. A real Andy Warhol vibe.
Oh, May, what is it? Huh.
Yeah, there's nothing to say about it. Okay, bye.
I'm surprised.
And I mean, we have to stop here just in case.
Nope, she's still fending off her Snaky.
With what appears to be a bone.
Yeah, I know. Although it's metal. I know. I think it's supposed to be. There are some like hook things.
Oh, those like snake grabbers or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose I just need to make the mountaintop exist. So here's my supposition. The mountain is probably the leftmost one, so I'm going to put it on the right side instead. Although, didn't he say... What, oh, wait.
He said east.
He said east is going to be that one then.
Yep. Summit of the Eastern Mountain. Well, the summit of the Eastern Mountain is, to be fair, like, I guess there is just one mountain, but let's go. Let's see.
Well, the music changed.
Yep.
Gotten lost, have you? It's too late to turn back now.
So forging on ahead is our only option.
It's not, actually.
I was really hoping I'd go up and it would say, leaving?
May, watch out, you'll die if you fall in a pit.
We have no idea how deep these pits are, even.
Yeah, but you'll die. That's a pretty deep hole.
That's what she said.
Score. I wonder if I could... I wonder what I could do to get down it.
That really threw you off there, didn't I?
There's a tough-looking vine hanging from the hole. Climb down along that, you doofus.
If we hung this vine from another hole, we'd be able to climb up and down that hole too, right?
That's right. Why don't you use the I button to take and leave them?
Or we can climb down first.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we got to see where
Oh
this
my
goes first.
lord, there's multiple levels. What kind of creature dug all these holes?
Nobody knows. Oh, but you have to press the button to go up. Oh, we can't go up or down here. If we fall in a pit, we will die. Can I just take this one, though? Hey, I'm trying to take it. Okay. Can I take them from the bottom?
No, I'm
No.
sure we can't. No, so I think we need to go back up to the top, because there are two holes at the top.
Well, check this out.
And there is another hole up the... Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's a good point.
Which makes sense. You can't put them up from the bottom.
Right.
Oh man, there's all sorts of stuff here. Although I do think we're supposed to do the other one too, but I don't know if it's going to go anywhere.
I mean, it's a maze, so I don't know
And
that
we're a May. So much stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have to fill that in later. Although we don't really need to because we already have access to this zone.
Right, but I think it's going to be a thing of like figuring out exactly.
Ones off the walls. Come on.
No, they're not full vines.
They're just
like roots.
Strictly decorative vines.
Yeah.
All right. There must be places where you can end up. Oh, we could take this one. We could also go down here and then back up.
And there is another.
So we could go upwise. All right, so these are all just dead ends so far. But we can go down, come back up, grab this one, and then follow a little further.
Oh, which one do we want to go? Down that one?
Apparently I can't. Maybe the ones on the surface are different from the ones...
Yeah, maybe.
There we go.
Maybe they only work on one screen or something. I don't know. Ah, that just gets us back there.
Oh, we took over the loop. But that means that we can take this one.
I think it's gonna not work over here.
Don't be greedy, you're already holding a vine, aren't you?
Yeah, don't be
Oh, there we
greedy.
go.
Huh.
Yes, extra vines. That was a noise.
I think that was part of the music, though.
Could be. Well, that one just goes right back. Oh, but you know what? Here's the weird thing. This one just goes right back, but I think the trick is
Climb down and then climb back up.
climb down and then climb back up. Ah, the problem is you have to literally be like 1 pixel away from it to.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're making progress. We'll check this first, but I have a suspicion it's going to be just go up and then take one with you. Yeah, dead end. But look how close we are to the edge of the screen. This is actually kind of a little neat thing. Although I do think that you should be allowed to be greedy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the trick is really just taking one with you as you go.
Why not go back and get the other one?
Oh,
Yep.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Because we needed it.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm not just saying that because we ran into a dead end right away. Although I have a feeling we're only going to be able to get lower here, but... Ah. The worst part is our buddy here, like, taking his sweet time coming up afterwards. But maybe at the bottom of this will be another hole that goes to dead end, but you take it... Wait, but... Put the thing in the thing. There we go. You have to be lined up with the center of the hole.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Oh, here we go.
Take that one.
Oh, you're right. I should be taking that one. Ah! You tricked me! Yes, because we have to go down and then back up. Because you got to get up to get down. And you got to get down to get up. All right. So next time, we got ourselves through this vine zone. And we're going to keep on moving on.
Indeed. We'll see what awaits us. And also, this is really silly gameplay for a game of this type.
I know. Do you know what, though? Do you know what I like about this game? How silly it is, despite the fact that there's so many murders.
Yeah.
Like, it really does feel like it's a wacky adventure for you and your friends. But also, there's murders happening at the same time. Oopsie!
Yep. Just like the Goonies. Except not the murders part.
All right. See you folks next time.
See ya!